Hi YouTube, it's Kathy and I'm coming to you with some completely unscripted and unthought about content, so let's see how this goes. Either this is just going to roll right off my tongue and I'm gonna feel like I was brilliant when I'm editing this, or editing Kathy is really gonna hate this because I'm gonna make no sense. A little while ago when I was asking for some questions or some topics for these videos, my friend Brandy asked if I could talk about my reading tastes and how they've changed over time. And I thought that this was a brilliant topic, and then I was like, I don't really know how to explain my reading tastes. I think the biggest problem in explaining what my reading tastes are is I will pretty much read anything. I'm not complaining, that's definitely not a bad thing. I like that about myself. I like that I can pick up basically any genre and probably be interested in what I'm reading. However, when people ask me what do you like to read and I say everything, that just sounds like I'm completely ambivalent. Which I guess maybe to an extent I am. For me though, this comes with a fear that people are just going to think that I don't want to answer or that I don't have a good answer, and then it makes me feel like people aren't going to take me seriously. And you know, fair enough. Obviously there are probably things out there that I don't want to read. For example, I, and probably you know by now, that I don't particularly like to read classics because I don't get on with the vernacular and then it takes me out of the story and all of those reasons. If you're shocked and you're clutching your pearls, I'll link my video about that somewhere so you can go and watch that. I promise it is totally fine that you like classics, they're just not for me. I also don't know if I like Brandy's favorite genre, which seems to be alien erotica. Maybe I would if I got around to reading it, but just haven't quite gotten there. And honestly, I think that's more to do with me not reading a lot of erotica and then also wanting to stay away from the really problematic ones that Brandy ended up trying to read last year and DNFing because they were really bad. Since there's just such a wealth of things out there that sound interesting to me, I think it's harder to delve into these other little niche categories unless I hear about one that like really super speaks to me. I've also definitely fell victim to the whole sounds gay, I'm in, so if something is queer, I'm probably going to read it. I'd like to be able to sit here and tell you that I've been able to refine my future TBR down to specific tropes or flavors that I really enjoy, but I kind of enjoy it about myself that I'm willing to give basically anything a chance if it's recommended to me. If you're passionate about the genre, or you're passionate about the plot, or you're passionate about the characters, and you tell me about a book that was amazing, I probably want to read it. Doesn't matter if it's sci-fi, or it's contemporary, or it's middle grade, or it's YA, or it's adult, or it's historical fiction, or it's romance. If somebody is passionate about something, I probably want to read it. I feel like this video is going to end up being titled I probably want to read it because I feel like I've said that phrase a few times. So, because apparently I can't help adding things to my TBR, tell me down below what is a genre or a classification or a trope or a something that you are passionate about, and then give me a recommendation for that something. If I get enough recommendations, I'm going to make a whole project out of reading all of them. Assuming I can get them from my library or find them for cheap because I am not made of money. So please gush about all things bookish down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. If you don't have a thing that you want to really talk about right now, but you do want to let me know that you were here, just leave me an emoji or a smiley face if you're on your keyboard. You can like and share this as you see fit because the more the merrier. I want all of the book recs, and I will see you very soon. Bye!